Laura watched the old lady rummaging through her bag, her heart pounding. In a few moments, she understood that this action would change her life forever. She didn't know yet what was waiting for her, but she felt that what she was about to do would have unexpected consequences. Before getting into the heart of the story, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other exciting and dramatic stories like this one. Enjoy! Laura, a young woman with a kind soul, had always believed that her role in that pharmacy was more than just a job. It was not just about selling medicine, but about caring for people, listening to them, offering comfort to those who needed it. She had been working there for 6 months now, and in that short time, she had managed to build a reputation. The people in the neighborhood loved her for her warm smile and her helpfulness. Every day, entering the pharmacy, he felt the weight of responsibility, but also the joy of being able to make a difference. The pharmacy was a place that belonged to her, not only physically, but also emotionally. In the past, she had spent many hours next to her grandmother, listening to her talk about her illnesses and the difficulties of old age, and that memory pushed her to treat all the elderly who turned to her with kindness. He had seen how a simple conversation could ease the burden of a life of loneliness. Alessandro, the owner of the pharmacy, was a wise man. His weathered face and deep voice conveyed a sense of wisdom and warmth that reassured everyone who met him. For decades, he had managed that pharmacy with love and dedication, transforming it into a point of reference for the community. However, time had not spared Alessandro, and he felt the need to retire to enjoy some peace. For this reason, he had entrusted the management of the pharmacy to his nephew Stefano, an ambitious young man, but with a completely different approach. Stefano saw the pharmacy not as a place of human warmth, but as a business to be managed efficiently and profitably. For him, it all came down to numbers, speed of service, satisfied customers in terms of time, but not in terms of quality of the relationship. There was no room for small talk or the kindness that characterized the place under Alessandro's guidance. Laura, with her sensitive nature, felt increasingly out of place in that rapidly changing environment. One day, the pressure on Laura became unbearable. Stefano called her into his office and spoke bluntly, "Laura, your support times are too long. We can't afford to waste time with idle chatter. If you don't change your attitude, I will have to take action." Those words had hit her hard. Laura knew she was slow compared to her colleagues, but not because she was inefficient. She simply took the time to listen to customers, especially the elderly, who needed to be treated with respect and attention. Yet, she felt that her way of working was no longer acceptable to Stefano. It was in that context that Anna entered the scene, a regular customer of the pharmacy, an elderly woman who had always shopped for her medicines together with her son, but who that day found herself alone and confused. She approached Laura with a worried face, showing her prescription. "My son left for work, and I couldn't tell him that my medicines were running low. I need these drugs for my hypertension, but I forgot my wallet at home. I don't know what to do." Laura immediately felt a wave of compassion. She couldn't leave that woman without her medicines. She knew how dangerous it was for her health. As Mrs. Anna frantically searched her bag, Laura watched the line of customers grow and felt Stefano's stern gaze on her. Her heart was beating fast. She knew she was about to do something that would have serious consequences. He decided to act according to his heart. "Take the medicines, I'll pay for them," he said with a smile as he handed the medicines to the lady. Anna was incredulous, her eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you, dear. I don't know how to thank you. When I meet Mr. Alessandro, I'll tell everyone about your generosity." At that moment, Laura felt a heavy hand on her shoulder. It was Stefano. His face was cold, devoid of empathy. "Laura, come to my office, now." If you like the story, I invite you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other exciting stories. Thank you. Once inside the office, Stefano wasted no time. "I warned you. You disobeyed my orders and even paid for the drugs for that customer. This pharmacy is not a charity house. You are fired." Stefano's words hit Laura like a boulder. Fired. After all she had done for that pharmacy and its customers, she now found herself without a job, just because she had decided to follow her heart. She felt betrayed, not only by Stefano, but by the entire system that seemed to no longer recognize the value of kindness and humanity. With a heavy heart, she took her things and left the pharmacy. Not even 30 minutes had passed when fate took an unexpected turn for Laura. Alessandro, the owner of the pharmacy, suddenly arrived, immediately looking for Laura. "Where is Laura?" he asked, in a worried tone. Stefano, with a satisfied smile, replied, "I just fired her. She doesn't respect the rules. She started paying for the drugs for a customer without authorization." Alessandro looked at him in disbelief. "Are you crazy?" he exclaimed, shaking his head. "My wife just got a call from a dear friend, the same client Laura paid for the drugs for. She called to praise Laura's service and kindness. And that's why I came here, to thank her personally. And you fired her, and—" Stefano tried to defend himself, but Alessandro wouldn't listen to reason. "You've betrayed the spirit of this pharmacy. You don't understand that it's our humanity that made us beloved by the community. If you can't understand that, you're not fit to run this place." Without hesitation, Alessandro picked up the phone and called Laura, asking her to return to the pharmacy immediately. When Laura returned, she found Alessandro waiting for her with a warm smile. "Laura, I apologize for what happened. Stefano no longer works here. I need someone to take his place as manager. Would you accept?" Laura was speechless. After everything that had happened, she was now being offered a leadership position, a chance to lead the pharmacy she loved so much. The woman accepted the offer, knowing that her decision to follow her heart had led to something incredibly positive.